Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
So I swear to God, don't you feel like it is like a mental coping thing? Because just when you think it cannot get any worse than invading Gaza and the cleansing, and they have our data at the treasury, you just like, this is what I think for your mind has to, my mind has to do something else for a few hours. So, however, right? You and I bicycle, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to escape somehow. And, you know, that's what I said. Kimberly and I end our day by watching that show because it's nice to go back to the before times.
Yes, yes.
In an era when things seemed relatively normal. I mean, obviously, there was, with that show, there was some overlap into the Bush administration, but by and large, we're talking about the late 90s.
And we're all bonded, like when we used to watch Friends, going, there's no way they can afford those apartments. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, as far as what's going on right now, especially with Gaza and Elon Musk seizing the United States Treasury Department. These are all things where we're doing that You Were Warned segment on my show.
Continually.
And it's going to get to a point where it's not going to be funny anymore to say that. It's not going to be gratifying to kind of say, yeah, we told you so.
I know.
Because it's all happening exactly as we planned it. We all forecasted.
I know. And by the way,
Gaza was going to be a nightmare under Donald Trump, and no one listened.
Yeah. Senator Whitehouse, our new best friend, he said, looks like muskrats in the Treasury are not read-only, but can manipulate data, steal data, leave back doors. Your privacy is gone. Someone else said that. Our data, I mean, this should be the front page everywhere, right? As someone that won Rachel Maddow's award for headline excellence, shouldn't this be every headline?
Absolutely. And the thing I kept thinking about when this story started to break was the central plot of Office Space, where they implant a bug into the software of the bank where they, you know, there's a rounding error of like a fraction of a penny, and they transfer that money into their own accounts. So no one's going to miss it in the bank with the bank software, but they're going to make a fortune off of that pillaging that goes on electronically. And it's entirely possible that that's what Elon Musk and his goon squad is up to by having write access to the source code of the United States Treasury. They could be right now pillaging the Treasury, the federal government, our money, our taxpayer money, which is exactly what has been happening in Russia for so many years. That's what kleptocracy is. That's how the oligarchs in Russia have made most of their fortune, by stealing the money from the Russian people. And so we're kind of seeing the beginning of that right now, and something has to be done soon.
I mean,
because just the process of unraveling this software is to say Elon Musk goes to prison tomorrow. They're going to have to rewrite all this source code.
I know. Listen, Jennifer said, why is every headline in every major newspaper right now not Elon Musk has stolen the data of every single American? You know, someone else threaded, the whole TikTok is stealing your data thing is even more absurd now that Doge has stolen our data. I mean, and here we go with
chilling.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the most chilling aspects of this, Stephanie, is I read this somewhere, and forgive me, I'm forgetting who originally posed this thought on Blue Sky, but the idea of Elon Musk and Donald Trump forcing people to sign a loyalty oath in order to get their Social Security check, in order to get their tax refund. These are possibilities. They're holding our money hostage by having access to our bank account information, our Social Security numbers, payouts from the government. They can hold that as ransom for any American who is disloyal to the administration. So it's extraordinarily chilling, extraordinarily dangerous.
Well, you were, I think it's Stone Kettle, you retweeted, said, now he has all your private information. What do you think Trump and these Putin-loving fascist MAGA Republicans will do with it? There was a reason this information was protected. This is the greatest identity theft in history. I mean, the fact that it's happening right before our eyes, Bob, you know, and I know, you know, when we talk about Democrat, they are out there. They're out there screaming. They're out there talking about it. You know, we were saying the other day, though, they covered the entire ridiculous Trump press conference instead of that. You know, so here we are again with, you know, you're doing your Bollarding. I swear to God, Bob, I woke up yesterday and thought, what would Eric Bollard think about where we are now? Right?
Eric Bollard, Ches Pazienza, there's so many people we've lost in recent years, and to know how useful they'd be right now as far as aiding the resistance, and it's a tragic loss all around. I mean, even people like Anthony Bourdain, would have been an amazing voice at this time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got to everyone stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Watch Sex and the City at night.
Yeah,
before
there
you
you,
go to-
there you go. And plus, if you're as old as Bob and I are, you don't remember any of the episodes, so it's all new to you.
Right.
Remember they used to run that the NBC reruns? If you
reruns.
haven't seen it, it's new to you.
Yeah.
See, Stephanie, you're doing it wrong. Now you got to watch the 2 movies and then segue into And Just Like That.
Yeah.
Because-
I even love the Dubai one. I love all of it. I love all the
Yeah.
Sex and the City.
Oh yeah. So we could do a whole
The new-
podcast.
new-
You and Bella and,
Yes.
Kimberly
Yes.
Johnson
Let's
and Jen
talk about
Kirkman and me. We just do it and we'll talk about the show.
You and your Steve impression, fantastic. Kill. We could play kids' birthday parties because
Yeah. Kids love Steve.
That's right.
Bob, can you
Yeah.
do weddings? Do you do weddings?
weddings.
That's right. That's right.
Let's have a Sex and the City themed wedding for you and your boyfriend, Bella.
We could play reruns of Scooby Doo. We could watch that, Miranda. Scoobs. I love this episode of Scoobs. It's the one where the ghost is haunting the amusement park.
I just watched that episode. This is a really good episode of Scooby. I can't go now.
Where they deliberately make Steve into a 12-year-old. That's
Oh, my God.
the
Yes.
whole idea of that.
I have a
Suddenly
new
Steve is 12 years
recommendation
old.
for you: The Sex Lives of College Girls on Max.
Okay.
The Mindy Kaling series. It's fantastic. It's really cute.
All right, we'll check
Yeah.
that out
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
So
So
also Girls. If you want to see the millennial
Yeah.
version of Sex and the City, Girls is another one you should watch.
yeah.
I recommend Broad City as well. Broad City's
Broad
very,
City is fun.
very
This
good.
is
Yeah.
your Gen Z sommelier recommending Broad City.
I've
ladies
seen
and
Broad
gentlemen.
City. It's fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to ethnic cleansing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. You. Yes. Oh boy. Yeah. You. You retweeted Volatile Mermaid. I sent this one to Frangela. Shout out to all the straight white women who voted for Trump without realizing they'd be considered DEI hires too. I literally sent. Somebody said these Republican women that have been fired in the Trump administration are like, we thought it was only going to apply to race. And as Frangela would say, congratulations on the birth of your hate baby. This is what happens, right?
Well, you know, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas just signed a similar order for Texas as well. And the fact of the matter is that as a man in a wheelchair, he has benefited from DEI policies that have made things accessible to him, being confined to a chair, and obviously doesn't realize that because DEI is not about Greg Abbott in wheelchair. DEI is about, hey, look at those black people doing things of being all uppity and doing those things that take away white jobs, and that's the whole point of this entire. It's make racism bad again. That's what we need to do as we move forward.
Yeah, make racists afraid again. Yes, you retweeted Hakeem Jeffrey said the Constitution requires the president. Oh, so old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Has the president has the responsibility to take care of the laws are faithfully executed. Spending agreements passed through the appropriations process are law. When those laws are violated, the Constitution has been violated. I mean, Bob, it's not. We're soaking in it. It's a constitutional crisis every day. He does not have the authority to get rid of the Department of Education, get rid of USAID. I mean, it's. But this is the problem. Is he always, the courts and whatever are so slow. I mean, thank God, though, people are resisting. You also tweeted just in the FBI Agents Association has filed a second lawsuit on behalf of agents who say their information may be publicly disseminated and you use that as part of a purge. People are fighting back, right? And lawsuit after lawsuit. I mean, I say all of the above, Bob, and what we do, how we combat this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the saving graces of the American system, one which Hungary doesn't have and some of these other dictatorships don't have, which is federalism, where we have separated power between the federal government and state governments. So one of the things we can do, one of the things we still have, a lever of power that we can still pull, is our state level attorneys general and so forth, the law enforcement in the states who can, and certainly using the courts as well to try to stop this from happening, because we know that federal law enforcement is entirely useless until.
Well, who are you going to call? Pam Bondi at Justice? Who are you going to call? Kash Patel at FBI? Who's going to do anything now? I mean, it's.
Yeah,
so,
at least for the next 2 years, until maybe if things hold together as far as democracy goes, we get some good results out of the midterms, and there can be some actual oversight from Congress. Rather than just being a turnkey for Donald
And in
Trump
the
anymore.
meantime, we have this entire stack, which you and I like to call. You and I like to call it. You and I like to call it.
Uh-oh.
Heroes.
Depending on nation from the clutches of fascist idiocracy. We proudly present Heroes of Democracy.
Right? We need all of them we can get. I don't know where you end and I begin, Bob Seska, but yeah, NFL commissioner. We're keeping diversity policies. Labor unions sue to block Trump's buyouts program. Trump administration sued over unlawfully vague DEI edicts. Doctors group sues over removal of health websites. CBS News 60 Minutes chief says he will not apologize. ACLU sues Trump administration for ending asylum access. Right. Proud Boys lose trademark to DC Black Church. Ha ha.
One of the best stories of the past week as far as heroes of democracy go, Hakeem Jeffries, New York Governor Kathy Hochul, and New York Democrats are working on passing a law that would delay the special election to fill Elise Stefanik's seat until maybe November, which would give the Democrats in the House a one seat, maybe not a one seat advantage, but one seat closer to a majority, at least temporarily, until Elise Stefanik's seat is filled in a special election. So that could be delayed not just to June, but to November, which would be a fantastic. And I think that's going to pass through the New York State Legislature, and that'll give us at least some sort of small foothold in the House of Representatives to maybe block some of the worst bits of legislation.
Grandpa, you and I are getting wrapped by Gen Z. She says, tell the Coomer to wrap up his skibbity-bibbity, because we got to go.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
Love you. All right.
Bye,
Love
Steve.
Bye, Steve.
I'm here with the incredibly handsome Dr. David Silverman to talk about ASEA Renew that I'm holding in my hand. This stuff is amazing. Revitalizing Redox Gel. You hold up, you have you can either, it comes in drink form and this is the gel form. I love, first of all, that supermodel Carol Alt will be promoting this. She's taken so many jobs from me, so I am so happy.
Just to give some context, because I have to tell you that this is very unique. This is not, it's not a pharmaceutical, it's not a nutritional product. It's something that our cells make. It's called redox signaling molecules. But bottom line is, our cells make redox signaling molecules. Your body makes it right now, but we all made more of it when we were younger. What's in this bottle is in you. It's in me, right? But I'll be 64 in 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm 30 years old. I've been drinking this for 13 years.
Wow. Doc, what a thrill to meet you and to hear more about this, because, you know, it's you just kind of go, oh, it works, but to hear about the why is really fascinating to me. Dr. David Silverman, what a joy and a pleasure, and thank you so much.